In the small town of Umuahe, three young women shared one simple dream: to escape their poverty, even if just for a day. Ngozi, Amaka, and Ruth lived like sisters, struggling together in a small compound where the walls cracked like dry earth and the zinc roof sang each time rain fell. They were beautiful, tall, and fair, but life had treated them with a hard hand. Even mosquitoes refused to bite them, perhaps out of pity or hunger. One hot afternoon, Ngozi sat outside on a wooden stool, fanning herself with a piece of cardboard. Her wrapper had faded from years of washing, and her slippers looked like survivors of war. She sighed deeply. "My sisters," she said, looking at the others with tired eyes, "I am tired of looking poor. People don't even greet me again. When I pass, they just whisper, 'There goes Madame Sofa.' Let us pretend to be rich for just one day." Amaka's round face brightened immediately. "Ngozi, you have spoken well," she said, her voice full of excitement. "Let us package ourselves. Even if we don't have money, we can borrow confidence." Ruth clapped, her hands in agreement, laughter dancing in her eyes. "Yes, oh, fake it till we make it." They sat there, their minds racing with wild ideas, until Ngozi snapped her fingers. "There's a big wedding in town this weekend. All the rich people will be there. That's where we'll show them who we are, or at least who we want to be." That evening, the plan took life. Ngozi borrowed a bright red wig from her neighbor, a wig so shiny it could stop traffic. Amaka collected tall high heels from her church friend, heels that looked ready to break a bone at any wrong step. Ruth, the boldest of the three, picked her boss's designer handbag from the office. The bag alone looked richer than all of them put together. When they finished dressing, even the mirror seemed confused. Their faces glowed with too much white powder, and their lips shone red like fresh palm oil. Ngozi's fake gold earrings glittered under the sun as if screaming for attention. Amaka looked herself up and down, grinning proudly. "We look like millionaires who just forgot their car keys," she said, as they walked through the streets toward the wedding hall. People stopped and stared. The trio moved with confidence, hips swaying, heads high. Ruth whispered, "Walk like rich women. Don't bend your legs too much." Ngozi nodded seriously and began stepping carefully, like she was walking on eggs. Amaka waved at strangers, smiling and shouting, "Darling. Long time no see," though nobody knew who she was greeting. At the wedding, the hall sparkled with gold and white decorations. Music boomed, and perfumes filled the air. The three ladies walked in as if the world belonged to them. They headed straight for the high table, reserved for special guests, and sat down like royalty. A young waiter approached and asked politely, "Madam, please, who invited you?" Ngozi lifted her chin, her red wig slightly tilted to one side. "We are friends of the bride from London," she said in an accent that sounded like London inside Aba. The waiter blinked, nodded slowly, and walked away, still unsure. When the food arrived, all the acting disappeared. The three attacked their plates with passion. Jollof rice, meat, puff-puff, they devoured everything in sight. Ruth even opened her borrowed handbag and began to pack some meat inside. "This one is for later," she whispered proudly. Rich people eat at home too. They were still enjoying their feast when the hall doors opened, and the MC's voice rang out. "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the beautiful friends of the bride from London." Everyone turned to see tall, elegant women walk in, skin glowing, dresses sparkling, perfume filling the air. Ngozi froze with a spoon halfway to her mouth. Amaka's fake smile vanished. Ruth whispered shakily, "Ngozi, we are finished. These are the real ones." Before they could slip away quietly, disaster struck. Ruth's borrowed high heel snapped into KPRA, and she fell flat on the floor. Her wig flew off like a bird, her handbag burst open, and pieces of meat and puff-puff scattered across the polished tiles. For a moment, there was silence. Then laughter exploded through the hall. One man shouted between laughs, "Rich woman where they pack meat for bag. This one don't pass level." Ngozi covered her face in shame. Amaka hurried to pick up the wig and tried to place it back on Ruth's head, but it sat sideways like a wounded bird. "I beg," she muttered, her voice trembling, "let's go before they call police for us." The three beautiful pretenders ran out of the hall, stumbling over their broken heels, faces burning with embarrassment. Behind them, laughter followed like music. That night, as they sat outside their small compound, Still wearing traces of powder and regret, they began to laugh again, first softly, then loudly, until tears rolled down their cheeks, Ruth sighed between giggles. Next time, let's pretend to be rich in our dreams. At least we won't fall down there. Ngozi smiled weakly. Pretending to be rich, she said, is like wearing borrowed shoes. They might look nice, but once you start running, you must fall. The three friends laughed again, their laughter echoing through the night air of Umuahia, a sound full of shame, humor, and the kind of friendship that even